Good morning, North Texas. It is the 18th day of June. We are here at the Azle Academy. You can find them online at theazleacademy.org. And we've got our co-host with us this morning. Tell them who you are, brother.
Good morning, folks. My name's James Kingray. I'm with the Azle Academy. I teach drums up here and do so much more. Like Andrew said, you can find us at theazleacademy.org. We're basically a toolbox. You know, we got STEM programs, theater programs, art programs, coding programs, and so many programs for your kiddos. So if you got a bored kid that's just playing video games all day and crapping their pants, bring them up here. We'll take care of them.
Minus the crap in the pants thing, hopefully.
Hey, man.
Hey,
happens.
If this is your first time joining us, the Fort Worth Roots Morning Show is meant to get you up to date with what's going on in your community with a centric look at Fort Worth and North Texas. We do this Monday through Thursday, releases to you guys now by 7 a.m.
Yep.
At absolute latest. So anyway, and if it's out by 7 a.m., that means I'm in trouble. I'm running late, so it's probably more like 6:30.
Yes.
But anyway, thank y'all for being here. Let's get into the weather this morning. We got at least one really wild news story that I can't wait to tell you guys about. Okay, here's your 10-day forecast. Let's see here. Today is going to be 93 for a high, 76 for a low. This is Fort Worth weather, by the way. Thursday, 96 for a high, 77 for a low. Friday, 97 and 76 for a low. Saturday, looking good, 95 and 75 for a low. Sunday, exactly the same. That's very suspicious, Weather Channel. Sunday, 95 and 75 for a low. Looking forward into next week, it's just going to be 95 all week and not really a chance of rain so far, but we'll keep you up to date. Join us tomorrow. Our Thursday episode is our last one that we do for the week, and we read all the events that are happening over the weekend. So if you've got an event and you want us to tell people about it, let me clear my throat. Send that information into us via audio clip. You can do it through our Instagram and help us make sure that we don't miss something that's going on out there. A news story, upcoming event, your grandmother's birthday, whatever. Just holler at us through the Instagram app is the best way. There's a little microphone button on the messenger. Click on it. Tell us what's up. We will play it on the show. All right, let's get into National Day of June 18th is International Sushi Day. Do you like sushi?
Oh, yeah. My fiance loves sushi. I think it's at least like 4 times a week. She's like, babe, can we go get sushi? I'm like, I don't have sushi money. She's like, well, I have sushi money. We're getting sushi. So.
If you just eat tuna fish straight out of the can, is that sushi?
No. It's poor people sushi.
Poor people sushi.
Yeah.
There's a place over there off of 7th Street where the sushi just comes to you on a conveyor belt.
Yes.
I can't remember the name of it. But it's actually really good.
There's a couple of those in Fort Worth, actually.
Oh, really?
Yes. I tried one a little north of here. And, super awesome.
Yeah.
Good stuff. It's an experience, for sure.
Clean your aquarium day, which is, that works out because it's also sushi day. International Day for Countering Hate Speech Day. It's a lot of words. International Panic Day. And International Picnic Day. And they put them right together.
Panic Picnic. Cool band name, right?
Have yourself a Panic Picnic Day.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's National Panic Day. Okay, I don't know. We're not clicking on it.
Crazy.
We don't have time for this.
Yeah.
It's Paul McCartney's birthday.
Whoa.
Let's click on that. Let's just see how old he is. How old are you, Paul? Sir Paul McCartney, born June 18th, 1942. Do the math.
He's
old.
17.
80-something. Okay. Excellent. Congratulations, Paul, on another birthday. Okay, let's get into this day in history. Sally Ride in space. First American woman to travel to space, Sally Ride boards the Space Shuttle Challenger and becomes the first American woman and the youngest U.S. astronaut to travel to space. You guys know this isn't going to end well, right?
Yeah.
She will later contribute to investigations into the Challenger and Columbia shuttle disasters before passing away from pancreatic cancer in 2012. Okay, I got the shuttle names mixed up. I thought the one that she was on, I thought Challenger was the one that didn't go well, but I guess that was Colombia.
Hmm.
Okay. Cool. Let's see. Also, this day in history, where are we at? Texas Day by Day, tshaonline.org. Texas history, something we're trying to integrate into the show every morning. Southwest Airlines takes to the air. 54 years ago today, in 1971, Southwest Airlines began service from Dallas Love Field. The airline's first flight came from 3 years of legal battles with rivals Braniff Airways, Continental Airlines, and Trans-Texas Airways. That included a 1970 decision by the United States Supreme Court upholding Southwest's right to fly. Southwest became embroiled in yet another legal controversy in 72. When the new Dallas-Fort Worth Regional Airport, now DFW International Airport, and the cities of Dallas and Fort Worth sued in an attempt to force the carrier to move to the new airport. Southwest eventually won the right to remain at Love Field as long as the field was a commercial airport and the company's low fares continued to attract customers and force other airlines to discount their fares. Southwest was a real rebel, it sounds like.
Yeah, juicy.
All right, let's get into the news. Clearing my throat one more time. All right, Opal Lee, grandmother of Juneteenth, won't lead annual Walk for Freedom March, granddaughter says. Opal Lee is one of the most fascinating local characters. You know what? She is the most fascinating local character. And anytime a news story pops up with her, we're going to be reading it on the show here. Opal Lee, known as the grandmother of Juneteenth, will not be walking in her annual Walk for Freedom event in Fort Worth. Dion Sims, Lee's granddaughter, confirmed the news WFAA Tuesday. This comes on the heels of Lee's hospitalization in May. Sims told WFAA Scoop Jefferson that Lee's doctors are concerned about her health and the forecasted heat. Yeah, man, it's too hot out there for you, Opal. Maybe they could get her like a glass thingy, like the Pope.
Yeah, there you go.
And like just let her like wave at people in like an air-conditioned box.
Like an Opal mobile.
Yeah, Opal mobile.
Yeah.
I feel like we can do better, but
we can.
We'll try later.
Y'all leave in the comments a good air conditioning for Opal Lee.
Yeah, what should we call the Opal mobile?
Yeah.
Dadgummit. Okay, here we go. One more story before we get to the crazy one. Fort Worth officials work to prevent July 4th holiday crime surge. Dion Angelin. Fort Worth police are increasing efforts to prevent crime, including fireworks and celebratory gunfire. What do you guys think this is? Afghanistan? Around the July 4th holiday. This includes increased officer presence, a command post for major events, and a forecast on community outreach to stress compliance with laws. These measures are in response to past violent incidents, such as 2023 shooting in the Como community that killed 3 people after July 4th celebrations. And the story continues on fox4news.com. I clicked on something. No, I don't want Amazon. Thank you. Yeah, so if you're going to like a neighborhood party on July 4th and there's a ton of people there and it's like the coolest thing ever, just understand that those streets for those neighborhoods are not meant for that many people. If emergency services need to get to you, it is very difficult for them. I just want that to be cognizant in people's minds, because you can put you and your family in a very nasty situation if you're not, paying attention to your egress points, how to get out of there. And I know that sounds like overthinking it, but man, I tell people all the time, like, the Rangers game, not the Rangers game, the celebration they had in Arlington, like World Series or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I was telling people, I was like, please don't go to that.
Right.
Because the streets are going to be absolutely packed. If anything goes wrong, there's no way for emergency services to get to you.
Right. If you do go, bring like a helicopter or something so you can just your way out.
Yeah, everybody's got one of those.
Yeah, exactly.
We used to have Sky Viper on the show. Did you ever hear about that?
No.
Let's see. No, that's rain. No, that's not it either. This was our traffic helicopter.
Oh, wow.
And we had our pilot for Sky Viper call in every morning and give us traffic reports.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we don't do it anymore. He quit on us.
No.
No notice. Just quit showing up.
Hey, man, throw me up there. I'll give you a weather report.
I thought about it. I really did, because I think you do really good about it.
Yeah.
On it. So,
be great.
Anyway, if you can figure out a way to get that traffic data, we might start doing that again.
Yeah, I'll just take my helicopter that's parked on top of my backyard and
Yeah, on top of the studio.
on top of the studio. Yeah, we got a whole helipad and give you a traffic report.
That's hella awesome.
Easy peasy.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We might do that. We really might. Okay, so here's the story that I've been itching to tell you guys about, and I just want you to know we don't usually go into like highly graphic stuff on this show because I want it to be light and cheery. But this is something that is going to be studied for millennia. This is something that this is wild. Anyway, I'll shut up. Let's just play the story. I got this from I'll find the guy's name here in just a minute, but it's on one of the TikTok videos I was watching last night.
So if this is true, this may be the most elaborate, sophisticated, preemptive military strike in recent history. According to the open source intelligence page called Open Source Intel, go figure, on X, they said that Israel had a preemptive military operation against Iran that appears to have been severely crippling for Tehran's missile command infrastructure. They said, quote, according to sources familiar with the operation, Mossad initiated a targeted disinformation effort days before the strike using falsified communications through Iranian channels that they triggered what appeared to be an emergency meeting. The ruse successfully drew the entire senior leadership of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Aerospace Force, including Commander General Amir Ali Hajizadeh, his deputies, key technical personnel into a fortified bunker outside Tehran. Moments before the strike began, that bunker was hit in a precision airstrike, eliminating Iran's top missile command. Israeli officials say the goal was clear: prevent the launch of what was believed to be over 1,000 ballistic missiles aimed at Israeli territory. There was absolutely no one alive to give the command to strike back. Immediately afterward, Israel launched a sweeping campaign across Tehran and other strategic areas, hitting missile sites, infrastructure, and air defenses. The operation had been years in preparation. Mossad sleeper cells embedded in Iran since as early as 2007 had smuggled hundreds of drones and military equipment into the country using commercial trucks. These assets remained dormant until activated in the hours before the operation. As the assault began, pre-positioned drones were launched to disable Iran's air defense grid and blind its radar systems. Simultaneously, Mossad teams on the ground carried out a wave of targeted assassinations against Revolutionary Guard figures, paralyzing command structures across multiple regions. It is estimated that over 15% of Iran's ballistic missile arsenal was destroyed in the opening wave. Nearly all critical air defense systems in and around Tehran were neutralized in the first hour. At the same time, Israeli strikes targeted top nuclear scientists involved in the regime's advanced enrichment program. Iran's ability to respond collapsed. What was expected to be a massive retaliation was reduced to just 150 ballistic missiles launched 20 hours after the Israeli operation began, spread across 3 waves, which is a fraction of what was anticipated. Israeli officials now estimate more than 40% of Iran's launch infrastructure has been wiped out. While Tehran has promised further retaliation, the extent of its remaining capabilities remains in doubt. Netanyahu described the strike as a pager operation on steroids, referring to the covert Mossad mission that targeted over 3,500 Hezbollah operatives. This time the operation went further, eliminating top commanders, dismantling strategic defenses, and neutralizing missile capabilities in one of the most sophisticated preemptive military actions in recent history. If all that is true, this is going to be something that's going to be studied in war colleges for a very long time.
Okay, that guy's name is Kagan Dunlap, and I follow him because he's got some really good reads. He keeps you up to date with stuff that's going on around the world. And we don't typically focus on worldwide news, but that is just absolutely wild. And if you know an immigrant, if you know somebody that's here illegally or whatever, Fort Worth Roots wants you to know we love you, okay? And the way that our government is currently wrapping people up and deporting them is, in my opinion, just a little too rash. Like they didn't think it out. It just seems haphazard and really wild. I feel for anybody that's been in the country for years and found themselves a job and have been a member of this community for decades, and they're getting deported because they got here illegally. That sucks, and there should be a workaround for that. But if you don't think we need borders, this story is an eye-opener.
Yeah,
And if you think we don't have Israeli sleeper cells and Iranian sleeper cells, and I mean,
yeah.
you think that the Iranians weren't screening to make sure that Israelis weren't moving into their territory?
Dude, they're playing chess, not checkers.
Yeah. Oh, and you have to, because, Israel, smart, real smart, obviously. They're very tactical, and they play chess with all this stuff, and they got to because they're so small. This is just, I don't know. It's wild to me. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm still digesting that.
That's crazy.
Sleeper cells in Iran since 2007.
Yeah, I was 6 years old, everybody. That's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's the reality, the crazy world that we live in. And, anything could happen, man.
A lot going on.
Stay ready. Don't have to get ready.
Stay on your toes. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Let's wash that off our palate with goodnewsnetwork.org. This story is by Good News Network. Andy Corbley didn't have time for this one. Needles 1,000 times thinner than a hair to replace painful cancer biopsies. Needles 1,000 times thinner than a human hair could replace painful cancer biopsies and render obsolete the traditional methods of diagnosing diseases, according to new research. The patches containing tens of millions of nanoneedles offer a painless and less invasive alternative for millions of patients worldwide who undergo the common biopsy in order to confirm or monitor diseases including cancer and Alzheimer's.
Wow.
But traditional biopsies can cause complications, and the pain can deter patients from seeking earlier diagnosis or follow-up tests. They also remove small pieces of tissue which limits how often and how comprehensively doctors can analyze diseased organs. Now scientists at King College London have developed a nanoneedle patch that painlessly collects molecular information from tissues without removing or damaging them. They say it could allow healthcare teams to monitor diseases in real time and perform multiple repeatable tests from the same area, something impossible with current biopsies. So you guys can read on a little bit there, goodnewsnetwork.org. I want to thank you, everybody. If you're listening to this show right now, thank you for being part of our morning and tuning in. We'd love for you to come out and meet us in person every Tuesday out at McFly's Pub, 5 to 7. We always do a live podcast recording with an interesting guest, a creator from North Texas, musicians, authors, all sorts of great people. And during that recording, if you have a business, a brand, anything that you want to promote, we have an audience microphone that goes around the room, and you are able to promote whatever you want. So come on out, have a good time, promote your business, and just be part of our community. We're trying to do something that actually makes a measurable difference in the community. So McFly's Pub, 5 o'clock every Tuesday.
Be there.
And the AzleAcademy.org, our new morning show sponsor. Thank you guys, because we needed a new spot.
Hey, and we needed to get the word out, so quid pro quo, right?
All right, folks. As you move through outer space on the back of a giant sea tortoise, we hope that you'll choose love and gratitude every chance you get. Till tomorrow, folks. Good day.